Okay, y'all, so this is not my typical content. This message is specifically for the men in my comment section. And no, it's not what you think, although they are in my comment section. This is for the men, and I use that term loosely, who've come into my comment section to say rather negative things about me in rather unsurprising way. Well, I guess it would be unsurprising if it hadn't happened so much, but because it keeps happening, I think we need to talk about it. Recently, I posted a video where I talked about the years before my divorce that I was super anxious, super depressed, scared all the time. And then I shared about how once I got my breakthrough, I was happy and joyful. And in this video, I was dancing. I didn't say anything about divorce or or anything negative or disparaging about my divorce, but some of these men took it rather personal. And might I add, way more personal than even my ex-husband has. Here's some of the things they had to say. So while I don't tend to feed into negativity because, I'm a light and I enjoy maintaining my light, I do think that occasionally you have to confront an issue so that the issue knows that you are not to be played with, or at least speak up for yourself or other people who might be looking at these messages and internalizing them for themselves. Because rest assured, I don't internalize any of that. I look at a lot of these messages and I laugh. I think it's equally sad, equally pitiful, and equally funny that they think that something like that would work with me. But the reason it doesn't work with me is because I've done the healing work that they assume hasn't been done, or they don't have the capacity to understand is possible. And so they attempt to attack on these base levels. And because I understand that a large part of my audience are also women who are in a process, who are somewhere along the lines of maybe they're dealing with depression, maybe they're dealing with anxiety, they may read those posts and feel some type of way. And so because of that, I feel compelled to sometimes respond. So with that, let me get back to the matter at hand. To the fellas in my comment section, you know who you are. Who hurt you? That's the first question. The second thing that I want you to know is, prior to me being a dancy lady, happy, healed and whole lady on the internet, I was also a licensed therapist. For decades, I was a licensed therapist. I've been a certified coach. So I say that to say, I know a little bit more about human behavior than perhaps you have estimated. I'll say that. And with that, because I only know about you, what you post on video, it leads me to believe that there are some reasons, some underlying reasons why a perfect stranger would attack another perfect stranger online in front of God and everybody on Beyonce's internet for no other reason than they're exhibiting joy, peace, and love. Now, I talk a lot about my divorce because it's been the most impactful thing that's happened to me, that I really, once that happened, I catapulted into leaning into my healing process. But in no way am I saying that my divorce was the thing that freed me. I'm saying it's one of the things that I had to relinquish in order to get to the place that I am right now. That's not to negate the nearly 30 years that my ex-husband and I had together. That's not to say that we didn't have good times. It's just to say that at that point it had run its course and it was starting to be detrimental to the both of us. And so we made a decision that was good for the both of us. Okay, so back to the matter at hand. When you comment on my post, first thing I do is I want to see, I'm a little bit interested, because the thing that got me into psychology and therapy was my interest in human behavior. And I want to see how you living, right? I just went back to living single, but I want to see how you living. And oftentimes I am pretty surprised. Actually, not really, because some of you seem to have some very meager online existences. So it's like you're hiding under the cloak of you don't want nobody to know what's going on in your life, which is probably what empowers you to comment on other people's lives. But for example, the one guy who told me that I was dancing like a clown with my head shaved and all this stuff, I made a a response video to him, right? Because sometimes when you guys come at me, I'm going to make a response video. I made a response video to him, and he woke up in the middle of the night and deleted his comment, which deleted my response videos, because there were people who were saying, you know, it's kind of strange that you actually write love songs. You write love songs to people, and this is the type of vitriol you were spewing online. So right there, that strikes me as a bit of cognitive dissonance. For those of you who don't understand what I'm saying, that means that you are holding two opposite opposing thoughts at the same time. Or maybe it's that you're disingenuous. But anyway, he hit me up in my inbox, and wouldn't you believe that a year prior, he hit me up in my inbox and was saying really nice things about me, but I didn't respond. And so his message was, the one time I say something negative, you respond. So when I questioned him as to why would you have even said the things that you said to me that were so out of line, you know what his response was? I was sleepy and high. Forgive me. I'm not that guy. If you're not that guy, you certainly rolled into that guy awfully easily. And I think that's the problem. That's what you guys aren't understanding. That we are picking up on the incongruence in your behaviors and how you project yourself out into the world and how you behave when you don't think people are watching. We are picking up on that. Because we're picking up on that, we're not having anything to do with that. We have opted out of your foolishness. And because we've opted out of your foolishness, a lot of you have gotten triggered. And so you're triggered by our joy. And when you're triggered by our joy, because you lack the empathy and you lack the wherewithal to be able to harness your own joy, you attempt to tear us down. But that's not going to work around here.
Not around here, partner.
It's just not going to work. Because I know better. And I know every time I get a comment like the comments that I get, that you are telling me way more about yourself than you believe you're telling me about me. Because here's the thing. I've done the work. You, a perfect stranger, can't tell me anything about me. But keep showing up. Keep showing up. Keep showing up as a reminder of the type of men that we no longer tolerate. Now, you'll be able to get away with that kind of stuff with women who have not done the work, women who are unhealed. But here's the thing that you need to know. It's my personal mission to make sure women are exceptionally healed, that they do the work so they don't accept emotional abuse, that they don't accept disrespect, that they don't accept anything that's out of alignment with what brings them peace and joy and love in their life. And so what that means for a lot of you is the pickings are going to be slim. The pickings are going to be slim. So you can either keep outing yourself on the internet, because every time you do that, you're outing yourself, or you can hunker down and do the work. You can do the work too. You can have peace, love, and joy that does not come at the expense of other people. And if the only peace, love, and joy you have is at the expense of other people, might I just say you're doing it wrong. But anyway, have a lovely day. As for me, I remain unbothered.